Hello everyone, welcome you all to today's class, and today's topic is very important, and it is one of the, you can say, very profound topic, one of the very important subtopics of applications of derivatives. And so apart from mathematics, apart from scoring good marks in the exam, so this topic has significance in studying economics, studying physics, right? So it means studying financial and mathematics also. So basically we are going to start maxima minima. So maxima, that term, this is plural of maximum, and minima is plural of minimum. It means in this subtopic we are going to study maximum and minimum value of a given function, right? So maximum and minimum value of the given function means, so it may be like in the given domain, yeah, in the given interval, or it may be in the entire domain of this function. So we are going to study maximum and minimum value of a given function either in the entire domain or in a given interval. So let's take some examples first before we go to the formal definition and taking some questions. So to start with, so let us consider this function. So first figure, this is the curve representing y equal to x plus 1 whole square plus 1. So if I ask you what is domain of this function, the domain of the function is set of real numbers. Okay, here domain of the function is set of real numbers. Now the question is, what is maximum and what is minimum value of this function? Now as you know, x plus 1 whole square is greater than equal to 0, right? Because being a perfect square, it cannot be negative. So x plus 1 whole square greater than equal to 0. So x plus 1 whole square plus 1 will be greater than equal to 1. It means value of this function is greater than equal to 1. So it means the minimum value is 1. And since we are taking the value greater than equal to 1, so 1 is the lower limit, means that is the minimum value. And it goes more than 1, it means the value extends to infinity. So we can say the minimum value of the function is 1 and there is no maximum value. It is unbounded from above. Next, figure 2. So this is the curve and it represents y equals to minus of x minus 1 whole square plus 1. And here also domain of the function is set of real numbers. Now if the question, again the same question I am asking, find maximum and minimum value of this function. So in the set of real numbers, I mean in the entire domain, if I take x minus 1 whole square, this is greater than equal to 0. Okay, it means minus of x minus 1 whole square is less than equal to 0. We have y equal to minus of x minus 1 whole square plus 1. So minus of x minus 1 whole square plus 1, that is less than equal to 1. So it means y less than equal to 1. So it means maximum value of y can be 1. Okay, because y less than equal to 1. So upper limit is 1 and it can come below 1, right? 1 or less than that. It means maximum value of this function is 1 and there is no minimum value. Clear? So whenever we see such functions, even without using derivative, we can find out what is the maximum and what is the minimum value of the given function. Okay. Now next one is coming to this figure. So here, suppose it is y equal to fx. So I have taken this function as a random function. So and and taking the function within the interval a to b. It means if we consider any open interval AB, any interval AB, I have taken here x equal to a1, a2, a3, a4, a5. So out of 5 values, so here you see when x equal to a1, fx equal to it is f of a1. Similarly, f of a2, f of a3, f of a4 and f of a5. Okay, now we are not taking the end points, right? So within AB, it means between A and B. So A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, these are the values along x-axis, corresponding values of y, FA1, FA2, FA3, FA4, FA5. Now out of all these values, you can observe, so here it means at x equal to A2, this length is maximum and this length is minimum. It means if I ask you what is the maximum and what is the minimum value of the function in the interval AB, so you can answer because at x equal to a1, at x equal to a2, it means fa2 is maximum and fa4 is minimum. So we can say this point is point of local maximum and this point is point of local minimum. Now here two new terms I am using, local maximum and local minimum. Why are we calling it local, not global? Right? So local maximum or local minimum means it is pertaining to that given interval only. Right? Just like if you see particular locality, so the people living in that particular area, we can say they are local people. It means people staying, people living in that region. Similarly, here local maximum or local minimum value of the function means, here you see, of all the values in this given interval AB at x equal to a2, function attains maximum value, or value of the function at x equal to a2 is maximum. Similarly, in this particular interval AB at x equal to a4, function attains minimum value. So because it is local, because it is that particular area, because it is that particular locality. Here locality means the given interval. Okay. So this is called point of local maximum and this is called point of local minimum. Okay. So it means to define roughly what is local maximum and what is local minimum value, what you can say, just in a layman's language, the local maximum value of the function means in the given interval AB and the given interval I, of all the values of fx, the point at which the function attains maximum value, that is called point of local maximum. Similarly, in the particular interval, in the given interval of all the points, the point at which function attains minimum value, we call it point of local minimum. So at the point of local maximum, function attains maximum value, and at the point of local minimum, function attains minimum value. It means the value of the function at the point of local maximum is called local maximum value of the function. Similarly, at the point of local minimum, the value of the function is called local minimum value of the function. Is it clear? Now my next question is, why are we studying this? Why are we including this in the topic application of derivatives? It means what is the use of derivatives here? That is also the point of discussion in today's session. Okay, it means to find point of local maximum, point of local minimum, you have to find maximum and minimum values using derivatives. Okay, we will be using first derivative as well as second derivative. It means we will study first derivative test to find local maximum value of the function and also local minimum value of the function. Similarly, second derivative test for finding local maximum and local minimum value of the function. Right? Now here you see, so now formal definition is local maxima. What is it? Let I be an open interval, right? And let us take C belongs to I. It means let us take any point within the open interval I. F is said to have a local maximum value at x equal to C if Fc greater than Fx. It means of all the values in the interval I at x equal to C, Fx attains maximum value. Fc greater than Fx. It means of all the points, like here you see A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Of all the points at A2, function attains maximum value at x equal to A2. It means Fa2 is greater than Fx for any x belongs to I. Similarly, so Fc greater than Fx. It means x equal to C is the point of local maximum and Fc is local maximum value of the function. Similarly, F is said to have a local minimum value at x equal to C1 if Fc1 less than Fx. It means of all the values in the interval at x equal to C1, Fc1 is minimum. So it means all other values of the function will be more than Fc1. Okay, so here x equal to C1 is called point of local minimum and Fc1, it means at x equal to C1, Fx is called local minimum value of Fx. So in layman's language, you can explain point of local maximum and point of local minimum like this. Okay, now let's see why are we studying this topic in application of derivatives. Okay, how can we apply derivative to it? So let us observe this curve. Okay, so as we just discussed, at x equal to A2, so the function attains local maximum value, and at x equal to A4, the function attains minimum value. Now my question is, why are we studying this in the topic applications of derivatives? It means how we are applying derivatives in this concept. Okay, so now let me take a tangent to the curve at the point of local maximum as well as a tangent to the curve at the point of local minimum, right? Now please observe the curve, the curve as well as tangent. So at this point, the tangent is parallel to x-axis, right? If I draw a tangent here, the tangent parallel to x-axis, here also at the point of local minimum, the tangent parallel to x-axis. So when tangent is parallel to x-axis, it means slope of the tangent equal to 0, right? Any line parallel to x-axis means the slope of that line is 0 because slope of x-axis equal to 0. So tangent parallel to x-axis, slope of the tangent 0. And we also know slope of the tangent at any point, slope of the tangent to the curve at any point equal to derivative of the function at that point. It means if at this point tangent parallel to x-axis, slope of the tangent 0. Slope of the tangent 0 means derivative of the curve is also 0. So it means at the point of local maximum, f dash x equal to 0. Similarly, at the point of local minimum, tangent parallel to x-axis, so slope of the tangent 0. It means at x equal to a4, this point, Here slope of the tangent 0, it means derivative of the curve equal to 0. It means may it be point of local maximum or point of local minimum. First derivative equal to 0. It means, as you know, we have defined critical points earlier, right? While studying increasing decreasing function, we have defined critical points. Critical point means what? The point at which first derivative equal to 0. It means at the critical points, derivative 0. So these are the points. It means may it be point of local maximum or point of local minimum, slope of the tangent 0, derivative of the curve 0. So point of local maximum or point of local minimum, we call it local extremum. Local extremum. Plural is local extrema. So extreme, either maximum or minimum. Okay. So point of local maximum or local minimum, we call it point of extremum. So one observation you can see here, for local maximum or local minimum. For local maximum and local minimum, f dash x equal to 0. Then what is the difference between local maximum and local minimum? I mean, how to evaluate, how to identify this point is local maximum and this point is local minimum, because in both the cases first derivative equal to 0. It means any critical point, it may be point of local maximum or point of local minimum. We have the third case also, point of inflection, but that I will tell you later on. Okay, so for the time being, we are considering local maximum and local minimum. So these 2 points are like this. So you can observe here, what is the, even if you are getting 0 here, derivative 0 here also, first derivative 0. But the difference is, if you see, in case of local maximum, you are going like this, then you are coming like this. It means, if I take, this is x equal to a2, right? Now, as you are moving from left to right, as you are moving like this, moving from left to right, so here you see, if I take any point to the left of point of local maximum, here you see, the tangent makes an angle less than 90 degree. It means slope of this line is greater than 0, right? Theta less than 90 degree, tan theta greater than 0, right? So it means here f dash x greater than 0. Similarly, if I take at any point to the right of point of local maximum, I take a tangent here. So you can observe here, the tangent makes an angle theta. Theta is more than 90 degree, means obtuse angle. Tan theta is greater than 0. Is it? So when theta is greater than 90 degree, tan theta is in second quadrant. So tan theta will be negative. So slope of the tangent is negative. So slope of the tangent negative means derivative of the curve is negative. Right? So it means at the point of local maximum, first derivative equal to 0. But when we move from left to right of this point, sign of the derivative changes from positive to negative. Right? Similarly, in this case, here you see, if I take tangent at any point to the, suppose we have, I can show you here, suppose this is the point of local, so this is point of local minimum. Okay, at this point, the function attains minimum value. So at this point, f dash x equal to 0. Now, let me move from left to right of this point. So to the left of this point, on the curve, I take a tangent. Theta is more than 90 degree, means obtuse angle, tan theta negative, slope of the tangent negative, derivative is negative. Now to the right of this point, if I draw a tangent, you see here, theta is acute, So at this point you can see f dash x is greater than 0. It means at the point of local minimum, first derivative is equal to 0. But when we move from left to right of this, sign of the derivative, I mean f dash x, changes from negative to positive. Okay, so that is the way to identify whether the point is point of local maximum or point of local minimum. Okay, so it means very simply you can remember this, you will not make a mistake. See, suppose this is the point of local maximum, this is the peak. Okay, you are moving like this, first increasing then decreasing. So it means whenever you are going like this, you are climbing off, then you are at the peak, then you are coming down. It means first function is increasing, then it is parallel to x-axis, horizontal, then you are coming down. So first function increasing means it is strictly increasing, right? So f dash x greater than 0, then at the point of local maximum it is equal to 0. Then when you are coming down, the function is, the curve is in the decreasing manner. It means f dash x is less than 0. Similarly, whenever you consider this one, I mean point of local minimum, you are coming down, right? So first decreasing then increasing. First decreasing means function is decreasing means, here I mean strictly decreasing, means f dash x less than 0, then at lowest level it is horizontal line, f dash x equal to 0, you are going up, it means increasing position, means f dash x is greater than 0, right? So here increasing and decreasing means, I mean strictly increasing and strictly decreasing, right? So that you can observe from this curve. Okay, so point of local maximum, it is like this, function is increasing then decreasing. So f dash x greater than 0, then less than 0. So strictly increasing, then it is maximum, then strictly decreasing. So sign of the derivative changes from positive to negative as we move from left to right of the point. So then we can say this point is point of local maximum. Similarly, for this point, you see this is point of local minimum. So f dash x 0, as you are moving from left to right, means lower value to greater value of x equal to a4. Decreasing, I mean strictly decreasing, then strictly increasing. So f dash x less than 0, then greater than 0. Okay, you can observe here also. So it means when you go like this, right? So in case of local minimum, what happens? It is first strictly decreasing, then strictly increasing. So sign of the derivative changes from negative to positive. So that is the only identification till now to identify whether the function is, I mean, function is attaining local maximum or local minimum at that particular critical point. Okay. Now you may have the question like, if what will happen if derivative will not be changing its sign? If the derivative of the function doesn't change its sign, what will happen? So that we will discuss. So now next coming to first derivative test. Okay, so using first derivative, how to determine, how to find local maximum and local minimum point and value of the function. First derivative test for local maximum and local minimum. So as we know, at the point of local maximum and local minimum, f dash x equal to 0. So let's give a formal definition to it. Let I be an open interval. Let C belongs to I, for which f dash C equal to 0. It means x equal to C is the critical point. Okay. Now, so whenever we say f dash C equal to 0, it means x equal to C, it may be a point of local maximum or it may be a point of local minimum. Okay. Now let's be sure whether it is, I mean, what is it? What is exactly, whether it is point of local maximum or local minimum. So to test that, as we move from left to right of x equal to c. So in the number line, suppose x equal to c, right? So here at this point, suppose f dash x is 0. So moving from left to right means going from smaller values to greater values, right? So here you see, as we move from left to right of x equal to c, if f dash x changes its sign from positive to negative, it means you are going like this, okay? So x equal to c is a point of local maximum. Similarly, as we move from left to right of x equal to c, if sign of f dash x changes from negative to positive, like this, first decreasing then increasing, right? So it means when sign of the derivative changes from negative to positive, x equal to c is a point of local minimum, right? And what will happen if the sign of the derivative doesn't change? So you can include the third step here. The third step is if sign of the derivative doesn't change as we move from left to right of x equal to c, if sign of the derivative doesn't change, that point is called point of inflection, right? So it means point of inflection means basically what? The sudden change of the shape of the curve. It means whenever you have curve is like this, increasing, then this one, I mean at the peak, then you are coming down, point of local maximum. Similarly, whenever you take local minimum, it's like this. So it means either it is in the shape of, I mean concave or convex, right? So point of inflection is basically sudden change of the track. Okay, it is sudden change in the shape of the curve. So that we will discuss. So right now, like if sign of the derivative changes from positive to negative as we move from smaller values to greater values than x equal to c, x equal to c is called point of local maximum, and when sign of the derivative changes from negative to positive, we call it point of local minimum. And if the sign doesn't change, then that point, I mean x equal to c, is called point of inflection, right? So let's take one example, then I'll show you. First question is find all points of local maximum and minimum if any. First question is fx equal to 2x cube minus 3x square plus 6. Okay, so step 1 is find f dash x. So f dash x is 6x square minus 6x. It means 6x into x minus 1. Now for local maximum or local minimum, f dash x equal to 0. It means we are getting x equal to 0 and x equal to 1. So these are the critical points. Okay, these are the critical points. So we will examine which one is the point of local maximum and which one is point of local minimum, yeah, point of inflection. So let us consider x equal to 0. Okay, x equal to 0. Now as we move from left to right, so moving from left to right means what? Let x equal to minus 0.5. So minus 0.5 lies in the left of 0. And right means whenever you take x equal to suppose 0.5. So 0.5 is to the right of x equal to 0. So here you see f dash minus 0.5, that is equal to 6 into minus 0.5 minus 0.5 minus 1. Okay, f dash x at this. So you are getting here 6 into negative. Okay, that is positive. Okay, Similarly, here f dash x equal to what? F dash 0.5, 6 into 0.5, 0.5 minus 1. We are interested in sign only, not the value. So positive into negative, you are getting negative. So it means as you move from left to right of x equal to 0, the sign of the derivative changes from positive to negative. It means x equal to 0 is a point of local maximum. Okay, remember you have to follow the sequence, moving from left to right. Okay, do not change the order. You cannot move from right to left. Okay, so moving from left to right means first you will take smaller values than the critical point, then you come to greater value. So sign of the derivative changes from positive to negative. So this implies x equal to 0 is a point of local maximum. Okay, and we will examine for x equal to 1 also. So checking for x equal to 1 here, again moving from left to right of x equal to 1. So from left means you take any point to the left side of 1, that is 0.5. So when you take f dash 0.5, it means sign of the derivative at x equal to 0.5. We are getting here 6x into x minus 1 means 6 into 0.5 into 0.5 minus 1. As I said, we do not want calculation here. We want positive or negative. So do not waste your time by making such calculations. Right? So it is positive into negative, that is negative. Similarly, going to the right of x equal to 1. So 1.5 lies in the right of 1. So f dash 1.5 is 6 into 1.5 into 1.5 minus 1. Positive into positive. You are getting positive here. It means sign of the derivative changes from negative to positive. So as you move from left to right of x equal to 1, sign of f dash x changes from negative to positive. It means x equal to 1 is a point of local minimum. Is it clear? Now next you see, find all points of local maximum minimum. So in the question we are given, you find points of local maximum and local minimum if any. So we have x equal to 0 is the point of local maximum and x equal to 1 is the point of local minimum. That's it. And let's take the second question. Question number 2 is, you have fx equal to x cube. Okay, step 1 is find f dash x, that is 3x square. Okay, critical point, f dash x equal to 0 implies x equal to 0. It means here we are getting only one critical point. It means at this point you may get point of local maximum, a point of local minimum, or point of inflection, means neither maximum nor minimum also. So f dash x equal to 0. Now next one, considering x equal to 0, moving from left to right, right? X equal to minus 0.5. Let's check it. F dash minus 0.5 equal to 3 into minus 0.5 whole square. That is equal to, it is a positive quantity. Similarly, if you move from left to right, now take a point to the right of x equal to 0. It may be 0.5. F dash 0.5 equal to 3 times 0.5 whole square of it. Again it is positive. Here you see, as you move from left to right of x equal to 0, sign of the derivative doesn't change. It means f dash x is positive here and positive here also. So no change in the sign of f dash x. So it means here our conclusion will be fx, yeah, you can write here x equal to 0 is neither a point of local maximum nor a point of local minimum. Then what is it? It is a point of inflection. Okay, so point of inflection, as you know, fx equal to x cube, it is a cubic curve. The shape of the curve is like, if I draw it here, so whenever you take the cubic curve like this, so here you see, now sudden change at x equal to 0, the shape of the curve changes. So basically, in layman's sense, like point of inflection means the point at which sudden change, it is a transitional, you can say, point where curve changes its shape either from concavity to convexity or vice versa. Okay, so this is one of the examples. Maybe in next class I will be tell you about a little more about point of inflection, right? And we will be studying second derivative test, right? So this is the, first derivative test we have done today. Now next class, so we will be studying the shortcut way, the tips and tricks of finding the point of local maximum, point of local minimum, and a little more about point of inflection, and also second derivative test. Okay, so till that time, please go through the concepts we have studied today. It will help us to study the next portion of the subtopic in a better manner. Okay, so thank you so much.